Hey everyone, Keizle here. Another month is coming to an end again, and it's time to prepare for the next month, which is March. And we are finally nearing the end of winter, and that means I can finally witness the soft sunsets after my 9 to 6 work. And of course, spring, but before all the cherry blossoms and endless flowers, let me devour the soft, magical sunsets first. And that is why the theme for my planner this March is sunset. The digital planner that I am using is the one which I have created with everyone in the How to Create a Digital Planner in Keynote video, where I showed you the step-by-step process from start to finish on how to create this digital planner. So if you haven't created this digital planner yet and are interested in creating it, you can go to that video first, and the link is in the description box below. If you are ready, let's begin. First, I am going to screenshot the cover page of the digital planner for March and import this picture in Procreate. I do this so that I can plan the size and format of the different designs and drawings that I will be creating. Also, I want the proportions of the designs that we are going to create in Procreate to be the same with our digital planner in GoodNotes. Once that is imported in Procreate, let's open it. What I usually do is select the area where I want to add some design into using the selection tool. I also made sure that the tab for March is excluded from the selection so that it won't be covered in my actual planner later on. And I am just going to save this selection so that I can use it over and over again. To begin with the design, while the selection is still on, I created a new layer, and this layer will be my sky. Since I want a soft but colorful sky, I'm just going to use the soft airbrush and color in the selection. As I am designing this, I am making sure that the different elements are in the different layers so that I can easily change it later if I don't want some of the elements and its attributes. When writing the month, I used my custom shadow brush pen, and this brush is totally free. I made a video on how to create this one, so you can check the description box if you are interested. I also wanted to add a calendar at first, but later on I will change my mind and delete it because I'm not feeling it. And yeah, so this looks too bland, so I am going to add some mountains. To add some variety, I am going to use different shades of blue where the lightest color is the farthest or at the back and the darkest in front. And here, instead of the calendar, I replaced it with a quote from Ella Montgomery, which says, "The beauty of winter is that it makes you appreciate spring," which is pretty true. So to finalize this page, I am going to add a sun, and there you go. My cover page for my March setup is already done. I am just going to group all of my elements and then duplicate the group, then flatten one of the duplicate and drag this layer to the GoodNotes app. For my calendar setup, I am going to get a screenshot of the page again and import it to Procreate. I am selecting the area again and using the airbrush and also the same color palette that I use in the cover page. I am again going to create this sky. I usually set my calendar page with boxes, but this month I thought I'm just going to use some lines. For this brush, it's again a custom brush, but you can create this on your own. I have a video for this. It is called the speckled brush, and the link is in the description box below if you want to create it. I duplicated the layer here because I wanted the contrast of the light colorful background to the little dark color of the speckled brush. And as before, I used the shadow brush for writing in March the numbers of the days and the days of the week. For the numbers and dates, I drew these white circles and later on duplicate the layer and use the bloom effect so that these circles will look like they are glowing. The lower area of the page also looks a little empty, so I drew again some mountains. Since the design is now done, I will just going to group all of the elements again and duplicate the group. Then flatten the duplicate and drag the layer to the GoodNotes app while in a split screen view. The basic page format of the habit tracker, financial tracker, and the weekly pages are the same in the digital planner, so I am just going to screenshot one of them and then again import the photo to Procreate. The first one that I am going to do is the habit tracker, and the first step is to create the sky is still the same as in the previous sections of my digital planner. The same brush, which is the soft airbrush, and the same color palette. In this month, I will only be tracking 4 habits, which are staying hydrated, close the 3 rings on my Apple Watch, reviewing Japanese grammar in Wanikani, which I use for learning and memorizing kanji characters and Japanese vocab. It will not take up a lot of space, so I made my mountains bigger. Now group all the elements again and flatten the image. And here is my habit tracker page. As I have mentioned a while ago that the basic format of the habit tracker and the financial tracker along with the weekly pages are the same, I will continue creating the other pages here. To make setting up the page of my financial tracker faster, I just duplicated the sky layer and the mountain layers from the habit tracker page and added them here. Also, to make the pages different from one another, I used the warp and distort options in Procreate. I have used financial trackers before and I realized that I can stick on writing down my expenses every day. So what I plan on doing this month is I will just check my balances at the beginning of every week and write them down here in the boxes. But if there are notes and large expenses that I will incur that needed to be mentioned, I have set aside a space here below the boxes where I will write those down. And since I have money here in Japan and also back at home, I will both track them here. A few weeks ago, I made my own font and I thought of using it here. I used the calligrapher site in the free version and it was cool. Once I am done, I again group the elements for the financial tracker and duplicate, then flatten one of the duplicates. I then drag the layer of the flattened image of the habit tracker and the financial tracker to my digital planner in GoodNotes. Now, finally, for my first week of the month, I am still using the screenshot that we use for the trackers. This is why it was a good idea that I saved the selection a while ago so that now I can just load it. I usually have a lot of things to do during the weekend. That is why the two boxes at the right are larger than the rest. And also, the font that I use in this page is called Soap of Justice, which I have imported from the site The Font. I will link that in the description box below. And if you don't know how to import fonts in Procreate, I got you covered. I already have a tutorial and I will link the video in the description box below. And once that is done, I have grouped the elements again and then duplicate, then flatten. Once that is done, I'm just gonna drag the layer to the digital planner in GoodNotes. And there you go, here is the flip through of my March 2021 digital planner setup. I hope you enjoyed this video and don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, bye!